So here it is, ladies and gentlemen, our art piece, the project Gelaendewagen. What a unique piece of artwork. The G interpreted in a totally new and different way. As of course the G is an off-road, we took the opposite approach and turned it into a race car. We put it low onto the street, we put the big racing tires on it, we put all the spoiler cladding stuff on it to make it really beefy onto the street. And the second aspect was we wanted to reduce it as much as we can. It should be monolithic, it should be actually stronger than time. And you can see that all over the car with the reduction of the elements. Just reduce it to the headlamps, to the grille, and basically then if we turn it around, you can see the whole entire paint job that tells a story about basically this car, this piece has been transformed into the future and tells 100 years of its history here. If we go in pure side view, please, then we see that iconic proportion of the car. And of course, no other car has that unique proportion. With the upright front end, upright windshield, upright rear, of course. And one important factor is the spare wheel, because that kind of gives the balance to the car. It's a significant feature for that unique car. And then of course we stripped everything off. We wanted to reduce it as much as we can so you don't see any unnecessary details on the car, and even the door handle here is reduced to that. And here you can already see when you look into the interior that we did it even harder in the interior. We ripped everything out that was not necessary and reduced it to pure lightweight, pure reduction, and made the elements inside very, very visible. Same thing of course applies to the rear. We took out the rear bench. If we turn the car to the rear, you can see that this is almost an empty shell. We took off all the claddings, everything, and this is almost like an art installation. This is the window to that artwork of the baby blue frame. Everything that goes with security is red. The fire extinguisher, the bells, and so on and so on, and contrast pieces in that baby blue. And the rest of the car is done in that filler gray to reduce it, to make it timeless, and to put sheer emphasis onto that statement. So here we are inside of our project Gelaendewagen, and you can see what I said before. It's pure reduction. We stripped everything off, every cladding, every unnecessary part, and reduce it with this filler gray color to a canvas for that art piece that is inside. And of course it's all about racing in here, starting with that steering wheel. This is the steering wheel of our race car Project One, F1 technology for the street. And then we don't have these displays anymore, so we chose analog dials. And it's pretty funny actually. Here we have a big rev counter here, starting at 3 o'clock, going to 12 o'clock, 9,000 round per minute. And then the speedo is just very small here, max 300 actually. And we're having some cool switches here. Look at that ignition switch, like in racing cars or in airplanes. Here's the start button, like that, and similar buttons here for lights, horn, and so on and so on. So total reduction with the functionality, total reduction in the visuals, and some key elements like that is extinguisher. Here's, you probably can't see that, the start stop button, emergency stop. and we have a couple of other things up here. And most of all, the coolest thing are these DTM racing seats we put into that car. And as you can see, they really embrace you. When I go back, you don't see me anymore. So my head is greatly protected. So outside we see that netting here, you get some fresh air. So we reduced every weight in order to make that a very, very strong and timeless statement. So again, I have to point out that working with Virgil opens new horizons we have never seen before, and that I've not expected when he first called me. And I think we have a great cooperation now in order to redefine the future of luxury in a totally different way that hasn't been there before.